premiered the music video for Karma during her first Eras Tour show in New Jersey. So you know what that means? It's time for another ultimate Easter egg guide. I watched the video multiple times and I scavenged the ends of the internet, TikTok, Twitter, just anything I could find to pull all the Easter eggs that I could together. Obviously, there's gonna be things that I didn't notice, so if you notice anything that is not in this video, make sure to share it below. Now, the music video is actually for Karma featuring Ice Spice, so it's not the original version, but a newer version that we just got a couple of days ago. And I'm really curious to hear what you guys think about that version of the song. For now, let's just say I've read mixed reviews. But that's not what we're here for, so let's jump right into the Easter eggs. The video starts off with a spinning blue Midnight's vinyl. The record spins, and then we see these butterflies coming out, which people think is reminiscent of the first part of the music video for Me, when the snake strikes and then it turns into butterflies, basically symbolizing the change of an era. There are also butterflies on Taylor's debut album, so it could be a reference to that. If we take a closer look at the butterflies, we see that we have a teal one, a purple one, and a dark blue one. These could potentially be references to her debut album Speak Now and 1989 respectively, because those are like the colors that we associate with those albums. These are all albums that she is yet to re-release, although we see no sign of Reputation on here. My theory would be is that maybe these are the 3 albums that she has already re-recorded and has ready to release, while maybe Reputation she hasn't re-recorded yet. Or I'm just reading too much into it, also a possibility. In the same shot, we see a painting on the wall that is signed by Swift, so this is potentially by Miss Swift herself or maybe a relative. The painting is of a cabin in the woods, so people are drawing parallels to the Long Pond Studios. Moving on to the next scene, we see Taylor dressed as either the Roman goddess of justice or potentially Nemesis, which is the Roman goddess of revenge. So this could be a reference to her maybe getting justice in the sense that she's earning back her masters through re-recording them, but it could also be an Easter egg for her song Better Than Revenge from her upcoming re-release of Speak Now. Now, the pedestal that she's standing on has some Roman numerals. Can you guess what those numbers are? Of course, it's 1989. If we look in the back, we also see the word Karma graffitied on the wall in a similar style than it was in the Man music video. Some fans have even gone as far as suggesting that this chips part of the column is kind of looking like the Empire State Building, and maybe that's a throw to Welcome to New York, which is the opening track of 1989. In the next shot, fans swear that this is a scene straight out of Reputation. Taylor is seen rocking these dark looks. If we look in the background, we also see a snake, which is kind of the identifier for the Reputation era. The mask that Taylor is wearing resembles a little bit the symbol of Aries, which is Matty Healy's star sign, who she is rumored to be dating. Also, there are 12 dancers, so counting her, there's exactly 13 demons in this scene. In the next scene, she appears inside a fairy tale book, looking very similar to Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. She's got the blue dress, the red shoes, these kind of like pigtail kind of style hair. She's walking down a yellow brick road, and we see a castle in the distance, which people have pointed out that looks really similar to the castle in Bejeweled. We also see some daisies over here, which could be a reference to her song Don't Blame Me from Reputation. Now, this might just be wishful thinking, but I'm thinking, hey, maybe she's hinting that when she re-releases Reputation, we will get a music video for Don't Blame Me. I mean, she has included that song as part of the tour, and I think everybody has always wished that that had been a single. Furthermore, she's wearing this yellow beret that people have been comparing to something that has been worn by Bonnie Parker, meaning that this could be a reference to Getaway Car, where she sings about Bonnie and Clyde. So could she be hinting that we're gonna get those 2 extra music videos when she re-releases Reputation? I think it's a bit of a stretch, but we can just hope for it. Some people also see here some references to Alice in Wonderland, which we saw in the Antihero music video, but I don't quite see them. Like, sure, we have a white rabbit, and then there's this tree that has like fruits, but they compare it to this tree with hearts, and I don't think these are hearts, but I don't know. This whole thing, of course, could also be in reference to her song Dorothea. As the storybook unfolds, these 3 Grim Reapers appear wearing red cloaks. They flip Taylor off, and she just like blows them a kiss. Now, I know that this is not right, but what my brain immediately thought of was, hey, people associate Dorothea to Selena Gomez, and Taylor just blowing the Grim Reapers a kiss kind of screams kill them with kindness. So I'm like, hey, maybe this means some sort of collab with Selena. Probably not. But that's just what I thought of, so I'm just sharing it. Probably this is not what it is. Maybe it's just a reference to their friendship. Other than that, I don't know what these 3 Grim Reapers could be representing. Maybe Scott, Scooter, and Kanye as like 3 people that have gone after Taylor to try to bring her down or end her. I also noticed a crow here in the scene, and that made me immediately think of Haunted. But I think now I'm just like looking for things and I need to calm down a little bit. When she blows him a kiss, we see a similar type of dust than what we saw at the start of the music video, but this time it's purple. The transition goes into Taylor being in an hourglass. She's wearing an outfit that reminds me a lot to the outfit that she wore at the American Music Awards in 2019, where she won Artist of the Decade. This resembles an hourglass that she was selling during the folklore era for August. It also made me think about how Taylor has talked about her life just being like living in a glass bowl and being very public, and we've seen imagery similar to this in her Lover music video, but of course this is slightly different. She's still transparent in the way that we can look in, but here we also have the element of time, which really talks about vulnerability. And in the second Taylor at the bottom of the hourglass, it looks like she's kind of taking a shower, which again is like being really exposed, but in neither one of these Taylors does she look upset or mortified about her situation. So it's more like she's happy with where she is at life and with how her life is being in the public. Then we get another transition and people just swear that this gives 1989 vibes. From the transition itself looking like the scene where Taylor is wearing sunglasses in the music video for Blank Space, to just her overall look. Taylor is seen laying on Olivia, her cat. And I found this really funny because whenever I listen to Karma, and specifically the lyric that is happening during the scene, which is flexing like a goddamn acrobat, I always just think of this like picture of Olivia. Like, I can't be the only one that does that. Like, this is for sure what she's talking about, right? In the next scene, we see Ice Spice sitting on this shell, which is similar to what we saw in the Bejeweled music video. People are also suggesting that the choice of her wearing red is intentional as a way to reference the Red album. In the next scene, we see Taylor and Ice Spice walking up these stairs, and Taylor's outfit really reminds me of what she wore at the VMAs and also that scene in Look What You Made Me Do where she's in the bathtub. Then her and Ice Spice get these magical ropes and they bring in the moon and Saturn, which could potentially be a reference to the lyric from the song 7. And first I thought if the ropes could be a reference to Invisible String because they are kind of glowy like how they are in Cardigan and Willow, but I'm not sure that that's the case. An interesting take that I did see though is that in Invisible String it kind of implies that the string she has been following the string, and here she kind of takes charge. So she's taking the string and she's commanding what's happening, getting control of her life. Then we get a scene where Taylor is inside a light bulb where she's rocking this look that people think looks just like it comes out of Fearless. Then 2 more light bulbs appear and then 2 more. So we have this sequence that's like 1, 2, 5. Now some people think that because we have the 3 light bulbs followed by 2 more, so it's like 3, 5, it means that 1989 will be the next re-recording. I do think 1989 will be the next re-recording, but because of hints that we got in the Bejeweled music video, not because of this scene. Because this scene starts with just 1 light bulb. So I would say, if anything, it's, hey, debut, speak now, 1989. Again, similar to those 3 butterflies that we got at the start of the video. So here's my thinking again. Maybe she has re-recorded these 3 albums and she has them ready to go, but she is yet to re-record Reputation. But this is just my theory, by the way. I haven't seen anybody else say this, so let me know what you think about that. The next scene, I think, literally just reminded everyone of Moana. So either Taylor is a big Moana fan or there's like something else that we're not seeing. Other people say that this is just a reference to folklore because of like the forest imagery. So I think it's confirmed that Taylor Swift will be voicing the next Disney princess. I'm obviously just kidding. In the next scene, we see 5 seagulls in the background, and obviously seagulls are kind of the identifier for 1989. And 1989 is the 5th album that she released, so I think that's an Easter egg for that. But the overall vibe of this scene is very Lover with like the pinks and the blues. Now we get this final scene of Taylor carrying a Midnight's coffee, and if you pay attention to her nails, one is blue, one is black. So we believe that the black one obviously represents Reputation, while the blue one is symbolizing 1989. If we see how she's holding the cup, she's kind of matched her 1989 thumb to match the 8 and the Reputation one to match number 2. This leads me to believe we might get the re-recording for 1989 in August, but that seems a little too soon after Speak Now. So potentially we get the announcement for 1989 in August. Again, the Hourglass was also this August merch, so clearly there's something happening in August. And then Reputation being number 2, then potentially we get it in February, or we get the announcement for it in February, which is not far-fetched because if we look at the Man music video, this is something that I saw someone point out a while ago and I was like, oh my god, I never noticed that. The way that Reputation is written, it actually kind of looks like it says 2024, so maybe she already knew that far in advance that she wasn't gonna have that done because she wasn't actually allowed to re-record that album until a certain time period, so maybe she had already planned that that was gonna have to come later. Another thing that we need to notice is how she chose to stylize number 4, because that's not how you write number 4 in Roman numerals. So I'm not exactly sure what she's trying to tell us. The 4th track in the Midnights album is the one featuring Lana Del Rey, Snow on the Beach. So maybe she's suggesting that there will be another music video, maybe one with Lana Del Rey. Taylor is seen bringing the coffee to a dark-haired guy, and there are different speculations on who this could be. Some people think it could be Matt T. Healy, who apparently did work on some songs for Midnights with her, or it could also potentially be Jack Antonoff, who she's really good friends with and obviously always working on music with him. The music video ends with the arrows in the coffee kind of striking 12, and some people think that means that it's the end of the era. But I don't think so. I think we might still get more music videos for Midnights, but I might be wrong. I think I just thought that that music video that she was filming in Liverpool was for vigilante shit, but it could be that it's for something for Speak Now as well. Alright, so that was everything I was able to find and or dig up from the internet to put into this list, but if I did miss anything, make sure to share it below. And as always, thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you'd like to hang out again, don't forget to subscribe. Probably next up we'll do a video talking about the lyrics of You're Losing Me. And that's it for now. I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye!